What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today we're doing a Chit Chat Get Ready with me, and I'm going to reveal my new hair transformation with you guys in this video. And while we're chatting, I ended up volunteering for the vaccine here in Arizona, so that is what we are going to be talking about today. I hope you enjoy, and let's roll into it. Hello, so I have a little bit of a hair reveal for you guys. I haven't had my hair done since February of 2020, so it has been a long time. I had a lot of bleach growth that I was trying to grow out because the last person that did my hair totally fried it, totally ruined it. My hair was literally snapping off, and I've pretty much been blonde since 2004, and I've never experienced that before. So needless to say, I'm not going to that person anymore. And the quarantine just really gave me a chance to let my hair grow out and heal. So I was like, I need to get rid of this. Today is the first day of Aries season. It is the astrological new year. My birthday's in a couple of days, so I was like, I need to get my hair done. And I've just been wanting to do fun and different things to my hair. So I did decide to go and get a split dye. So I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. But here, if you're subscribed to me, you know what my hair's been looking like. This is a photo of what it looked like before I got it done. I was kind of masking it with purple and pink to make me not hate it as much while it was growing out. So I did cut off some length to get rid of that more dead hair. And yeah, I got the split dye done. The lighting is making it look almost ashy on my monitor, so I don't really know how it's reading on camera, but I saw Kaylee did this a while ago and I was obsessed with it, and I was like, that would be so fun to do. So I just decided to go for it and to do it. So I will have the person who did my hair linked down below. I really liked her a lot. I'll get into them in just a minute, but it's from here back all down, all blonde. And what I like is that you're able to hide it, so it's kind of like a low maintenance. It's like edgy but low maintenance, because with my front pieces down, it's even more hidden, and in natural lighting, it looks more of like a sandy blonde, like a really nice ombre, but then I can just like throw my hair to the side and then you see the Malfoy underneath. So I really like how it turned out. I'm surprised my hair lifted to this color blonde, because this is what we were working with. So I'm surprised it lifted so much. So I'm excited to just work with some purple shampoo over the course of the next couple of months, and I think I'm gonna end up keeping it for a while, but I'm super excited about my hair, and now I can finally start letting it grow back out. I prefer long hair, but had to have short hair because it was so damaged. So I'm gonna actually start doing my makeup. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Just in case you're curious, I was looking at one of my old pictures and I was like, oh, I really like the way my eyeshadow looks. What did I use? And I used the KKWX Mario palette, so that's what I'm gonna be dipping into today. I'm pretty much going to be using this camel brown color and this dark brown color. Those are the two shades, maybe a little bit of this rust color. We'll see how I feel. So I'm just going to start building that up in my eyes. So yes, I went to Nicole and she was amazing and awesome. I started following her and her business partner, Vanessa, on Instagram about a year ago, because where I live in Arizona, it's very hard to find non-racist and non-Trump supporting hairdressers. I mean, we were a red state up until this election, so I wasn't really surprised. And I think with how intense things were the last year, you really got a true feel for how people actually feel about things and where their views stand, because there's also a lot of anti-vax and anti-maskers that are in the hair community out here. So it's just a lot, and I don't want to line the pockets of a Trump supporter, and that's my decision and my right. And I really appreciate that Nicole and Vanessa use their platform to bring awareness to social justice issues. They're always talking and putting resources and ways that you can help unsheltered folks. So I just really like that aspect about them. And then of course, what's more important is that I really like their work. So it was a little bit of a drive for me, but I don't mind at all. I just rather support them and know that my money is going to good hands. So I had a really great experience with them. I can't wait to go back. And I also like that Nicole didn't pressure me. Like the last two people I saw were like, you need to come back in exactly 6 weeks or else your haircut's gonna be ruined, your color's gonna be grown out. And I'm very low maintenance and I don't care. There was one point in my life where I was getting my roots touched up twice a year. Like that's how much I don't care. So I really like that she wasn't like, okay, well in 8 weeks you're gonna need to like touch up your roots and blah, blah, blah. Like she put no pressure on me to rush back. And even for a haircut, she was like, I think 3 or 4 months will be good. And I was just like, oh, okay, like that's awesome. So I really like that she didn't have that pressure. And I also thought that her prices were really reasonable because getting your hair done can be really expensive, especially out here in Phoenix. So I'm really happy with the experience that I had today at the We Are Sisters salon. So I will have their links down below if you guys are in the Phoenix area and want to check them out. I haven't done my eyeshadow in so long, this feels so weird to me. Okay, so that's my fun little hair story. I can't wait to show it off more at the end when I have makeup on. Like I was feeling it in the salon, but I was also like, I need to throw some makeup on my face because it's just not it. So I'm very excited to be sitting down and doing my makeup. And I also wanted to chat with you guys about volunteering and my volunteer experience in getting the vaccine. So again, with Arizona, I just feel like we're really behind when it comes to vaccinating. Like we just now open up slots for 55 plus and Arizona is by age. And it's only really been open for medical workers, I think teachers, and that's really it. It hasn't been open for any other kind of worker, which is kind of ridiculous to me because my husband works in transportation and he was supposed to qualify for it. Like they told him at work, like, yeah, you can sign up, you should be qualified, but he wasn't qualified. So we're just kind of like, I don't feel like doing this waiting game, like the rollout. It's just been strange to me. They have like 2 stadium parking lots that they're doing the vaccines at basically. And what you do, it's like a car drive-through. So you pull up in your car and everything, like you don't get out of your car at all. So that's really cool. It makes it super quick, but those were like the only 2 spots that were doing vaccines. So it's just kind of like a really slow rollout. And I just didn't feel like waiting until sometime, maybe midsummer, by the time my age group would be able to qualify. So when I found out that there was a volunteer opportunity in this whole program, it's called Hands On. I noticed that they have a couple of other organizations in other states, so you might want to look into it if you're interested in getting the vaccine. But for Phoenix, it was just Hands On Phoenix. I'll have all the information that you need if you live in the Phoenix area and you're interested. I'll have it listed down below. There's 2 different locations, the State Farm Stadium and then the Phoenix Muni Lot Stadium, or the Phoenix Muni Stadium. What am I doing? Okay. My coffee just kicked in, so. And it's only fitting. Like, it's the first day of Aries season, which is chaotic energy, and I feel like I always am bringing chaotic energy to my videos when the caffeine hits. So anyways, it was a really cool opportunity because they run on volunteers. Like the whole thing is run on volunteers. So you have medical volunteers and non-medical volunteers. And everybody was super friendly, super helpful. It was such a good experience. And I learned from talking to other people because I was nervous because I figured a lot of it would be standing and I have really bad back issues. So I was just nervous about that and hoping like I wouldn't not qualify to volunteer because of my back. But talking to people, there is a section called registration. And from what I was told, you get to sit in a tent so you're out of the sun, which is good because I'm Casper the Ghost over here. And you also get to sit. So I was like, that's more for me. So I knew to like stick my hand up in the air and drag my husband with me when they were asking who wants to do registration. So basically, what I was doing with registration, it was if someone went through the line and they didn't have paperwork filled out or they didn't have their registration number, they would be sent over to us and we would either fill out the paperwork and register them, or we would look up their birth date to get their registration ID number. So it was very simple and easy, and it was just very chill over there. So if you're more of an introvert, I definitely recommend looking into the registration. We did the super early morning. So our shift was 6 a.m. until noon. At the Muni lot, it's like a 6-hour shift, and then State Farm is an 8-hour shift. So it depends on location for you, what's closer, what's available, and then also what kind of shift you want to work. But like I said, everybody was super great. It wasn't awkward at all. Like, the day went by really fast. Like, I feel like we got lucky because they told us it was the slowest day that they had seen at registration. So even though it was slower over there, the day still went by really fast. I have to go into work tonight, so I'm like, oh, I can't go too overboard with the smoky eyeshadow. Probably shouldn't. So I'm trying to blend it away now. And to do that, I'm just picking up some of the cream shadow that's in here on a bigger brush. And this is my favorite thing to do to help tone down shadow. And then if you blend, oh my God. I need to slow down. If you blend your eyeshadow up too high too, you can use this to kind of like erase it and fade it out. I also heard today when I was at the salon getting my hair done, because the two owners, they have volunteered, I think Nicole said that she volunteered twice, and they said that they would keep doing it, like if there's a need, because it is strictly run on volunteers, but they said that they were looking for indoor locations for the summer, because that's going to be really off-putting for volunteers to come in and be told you need to stand outside in 120-degree heat for 8 hours. So I think that they have found some indoor locations, so that might be changing. This is also like the most eyeshadow I've worn in such a long time. I couldn't tell you the last time I did a smoky eye. It feels so weird. All right, so now what I'm gonna do with my finger is pick up this shade right here. And I might end up using this. I'm probably gonna end up dipping into my Nikki Tutorials palette, because if you guys know me, you know I love that palette for the shimmers. So I'm just going to apply this with my finger and kind of do a faux cut crease. That's why I like really pigmented shimmers, because you can get away with doing like a cut crease without doing a cut crease, you know what I mean? So I'm just bringing that a little bit above where my lid is. Yeah, I feel like I'm for sure going to be dipping into my Nikki palette. My lighting seems so dark and off in here, so I need to figure it out. My ring light went out like months ago, and I just haven't wanted to spend the money on new bulbs. But I feel like my video looks super dark today, so maybe that's something I need to just suck up and do. So anyways, back to the vaccine. So we volunteered for the 6 hours and went by super fast. Everyone was like really friendly. Like if you weren't busy, obviously people were huddled around talking. We went in the morning, so it was pretty cold. It does get cold in Phoenix. It was like 40 degrees outside, which is freezing, because when you live in the desert and it's normally hot year round, you don't really have the clothing for the hot weather. So I'm going to take the shade All In and maybe a little bit of Underground just for some sparkle, because I can't help myself. So as you can see, I have Underground here on my middle finger and All In on my pointer, and you can just see the difference in the shimmers. I should have put this down as the first shimmer. Maybe I'll just end up leaving this. This is looking pretty. And then I'm just gonna tap this color on top for a little more sparkle, but nothing super intense. That's more like it. In case you couldn't tell, my ADD gets worse the more caffeine that I drink. So you guys are in for a very distracted and all over the place Get Ready with me. So after we finished, basically when you're done with your shift, they just say, okay, go get in your car. They give you the paperwork to fill out for the vaccine, and you go through the line yourself. It was super easy. It was a really fast, smooth process. Like, we weren't stuck in line, like there weren't any holdups or anything. So basically you go through and it's like all these different stations that they have lined up, right? So you go through, you hand your paperwork, they write the number on the windshield of your car, you go up and they verify you, and then you go to get the actual shot. My nurse was like, I'm calling this jab day, happy jab day. And then she literally jabbed me, like literally I had a bruise from it. I just thought it was funny. Happy jab day. So they give you the vaccine, and then they want you to wait 15 minutes before you drive off to make sure you don't have any complications. If you have like allergies, I know one girl that was volunteering had a shellfish allergy, so they kept her an additional 15 minutes. But while you're waiting the 15 minutes, they have you drive through to another station to set up for your second dose. So the 15 minutes goes by like that because you're constantly moving. And then if you needed an additional time, then you would have to pull off and park for the 15 minutes. But volunteering once gets you both vaccines. You don't have to do it again. But yeah, I would rate the experience 10 out of 10. 10 would recommend. I would do it again. So yeah, it was a good time. Got the vaccine, went home. And then I'm going to talk about some of my symptoms in a minute. So I'm just going to smoke out my other eye and apply my foundation so we're not here forever. And then I'll tell you about the symptoms I was experiencing after the vaccine. And then really quickly, before I do that, so I don't forget to say, as far as safety goes, I felt very comfortable and safe because it's people that want the vaccine that are coming through, right? So like they're gonna be more cooperative with wearing their masks. I didn't have an issue with no one not wanting to wear their mask that I interacted with. Everyone around you is wearing a mask. So I felt like it was very safe, and it was also outdoors, so that it's not like you were in this clustered space with hundreds of people. So I just wanted to speak on that point because I think that it's pretty important. And it was also really cute seeing like because it was still an older age group coming through, so many of them were so excited and saying like, I'm so happy I get to leave my house and like see my family. I can go outside on a walk and not feel unsafe, or like I can go hug my kids and not have to worry about it. So it was just really cute. Like, I don't want to get choked up, but it was just like really cute seeing them so excited and enthusiastic about it. And they were so cute and like waving, and it was just like really nice seeing people excited about this, especially living in a state like Arizona where it's notoriously red. I was shocked we turned the state blue this election. So it was just really nice and encouraging seeing people that actually care, that are really excited about the vaccine. So that was good. All right, we are back. So to carry on with what I was saying, it was really great volunteering. They also had like a relief tent set up, so if you needed a break, there was no problem. You could go sit in the tent. They had plenty of water, Gatorade, caffeinated beverages. They also had like a lot of snacks and meals provided. So I did end up bringing snacks just in case, but I didn't end up eating anything just because it was so early in the morning and I cannot eat when I don't sleep and early. So I didn't eat anything, but yeah, it was a really great experience. So if you have the opportunity to volunteer, I would say do it, because again, these sites run purely on volunteers. So I feel so weird right now because I'm getting ready to go to work, so I'm gonna be wearing a mask, but I just had to get the full experience with my new hair. So weird and like overcast today, and now I'm gonna have to be concerned about muddying up my hair with my contour. So anyways, the vaccine. So I just want to preference some of my symptoms. I don't know if it's vaccine related, if it's just tiredness, if it's a combination of both. I think it was. Everyone also has different reactions to the vaccine depending on which vaccine you get and just how your body is going to react to it. So my husband and I were able to get the Pfizer vaccine, which I'm happy about because that seems to be like the best one out there. So for us, obviously you do have a soreness in your arm. They recommend like kind of moving it around to help with that. but we took Advil before we got, like right before we got the vaccine, because I also heard that was recommended to help with some of the fever symptoms people had and the arm soreness. So we went ahead and took Advil, and I don't even want to know how much more sore our arms would have been if we didn't. So I would say the first thing we noticed was just like, it was not immediate, but I would say like maybe an hour after getting the vaccine was just like onset fatigue. Like we just felt exhausted, and just kind of chalked that up to, well, we just volunteered and were gone for 8 hours and got like no sleep. So that probably had something to do with it. And then I would say a couple hours after, like maybe 2 hours after we got the vaccine, my husband was just like, I'm so cold, I can't get warm, I can't get warm. And he was buried on the couch, like under 5 different blankets. And I'm like, I'm hot. And then I felt my neck, and my skin was burning. It was so warm, like my neck and chest. So I don't know if I had some kind of like rash, or just my skin was hot from it, like whatever it was. But I would say like that symptom only lasted 3 or 4 hours. That night, we both ended up sleeping for like 12 hours. So again, I'm sure it had something to do with the combination of running on little to no sleep the night before, volunteering all day, and then also having the vaccine. But I also know the vaccine does cause fatigue, and I don't mind that, because your body is supposed to be building the antibodies should you come in contact with coronavirus. So I was fine with that, because it meant that it was working and that my body needed rest to build up the antibodies. So we slept for about 12 hours, and the day after we slept on and off throughout the day. I ended up having to go into work that night, and I was just so tired, and my arm was worse the second day. By far, the arm soreness was like on a whole other level. Like if you've ever had a flu shot and your arm is sore after a flu shot, that's pretty much like what it felt like. So it's not like, oh my God, my arm is in such intense pain, but I did feel like I had a dead arm. Like I couldn't really lift my arm past here. It was just very sore, so it felt painful. There was no way you could sleep on the side of your body where you got the shot, because putting all your weight on top of a sore arm is just like not the way to go. So yeah, I would say that that was really the 2 symptoms, was a sore arm and just feeling the fatigue. Today is 3 days after the vaccine. My arm isn't tender at all. Like yesterday, it was still a little tender right around where the shot was given to me. But again, I think that's because my arm got bruised from the needle. But today it's completely fine, back to normal. I feel like I'm caught up on sleep. So it definitely took 2 days for the effects to wear off. So that was my experience with the first dose. Once I get the second dose in a couple of weeks, I'll update you guys with what my symptoms with that was, probably in another chatty Get Ready with me. But I'm just so looking forward to not being afraid of the outside world anymore. And then normally I haven't been powdering, but because I'm working for a while tonight, I'm just going to. So yeah, I'm excited and looking forward to just feeling comfortable going out into the world and doing things like going out to eat, or going to the movies, or going to Topgolf. So I'm just looking forward to that. And again, it was just like really nice to see that there were people in Arizona excited about getting the vaccine. So that was my experience. I'll have all the information linked down below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Okay, so here is the finished look. I'm obsessed with my hair. It is so voluminous. I'm never gonna get it to look like this on my own. So yeah, I really like how it turned out. And again, I just like having that split there. I can't wait to play around with different hairstyles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this chatty Get Ready With Me video. Again, let me know down in the comments if you have questions about anything. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you subscribe on your way out. Give this a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.